Hey, you guys, welcome. We're so excited. We are going to not take up too much of your time today, but I really wanted to come in here with myself and Kaylee, and we wanted to share with you guys a little bit more about what the coaching opportunity is, what it's all about, answer a couple of really commonly asked questions, and also just share with you guys kind of like our experience through coaching and some things that were really unexpected for the two of us. And so you guys can really get a really great feeling of why it is that you're watching this video. I know that the person that has sent you the link to this video to watch the recording or invited you onto this call really sees something in you and sees a potential in you, even though you might not see it, to be a coach on our team and to be a part of such an incredible community. And so we just want to share a little bit about our background, where we come from, how we got into coaching, really how it's changed our lives. And then we'll go through a couple of just like FAQs for you guys so that you can get the whole down low on what coaching actually is. And I hope that you can walk away from watching this call and really having a great base and a really great foundation to, one, be able to ask more questions, or two, be able to make a really informed decision on whether or not you feel like maybe this is the next step for you. And this is something that you want to pursue and you want to explore on your own journey. So I'll kick it over to you first. Kaylee, if you want to share a little bit about your journey, that would be amazing. And I will just mute myself.
Awesome. All right. So my name is Kaylee Abel. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids. They are 5 and under. And yes, it's busy. It's chaotic. If you have one, you know, if you have a dog, you know, someone depending on you can literally suck the life out of you. So when I came upon this journey, if you asked me a year ago if I'd be hosting a call like this or if I would be leading a team, I would have told you absolutely not. Not a chance. This wasn't for me. And not because I wasn't familiar with the products and wasn't familiar with the workouts. I had been doing this for years and years and years. And I've seen amazing transformations with my physical journey. So I had lost 68 pounds doing 21 days on a 9-round cycle. I just kept repeating it over and over and over and over. I was in a very comfortable place in life where I was comfortable with my workout. I was comfortable hiding behind a quick little got my workout done, not even a sweaty selfie. I mean, I was not putting myself out there, but I was getting what I had to get done. And I was seeing results because truly this stuff works. There's no science behind it. It's exercise and eating great. So when it came to the coaching opportunity, I was very held back. I had someone that saw something in me, like we do for all of you on the call or listening to this call, saw something in me and just wanted to light a fire. It was like I had a spark and they had gas and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it happening for me. How could I put myself out there and how could I, post my journey or talk to people about things like this? But all of it was just holdbacks of me not personally developing in life. So at the time I was approached for coaching, I was at one of my lowest points in my life. I had just had my 3rd child. I have now been stuck at home for 5 years. Literally, when I say stuck at home, I mean, guys, I go through a tank of gas a month, okay? So I had been stuck at home. I was lonely. I was isolating myself. Like, I think that people weren't paying attention to me when I was literally isolating myself. And I was super unhappy with myself. I was just not a happy person. I wasn't enjoying my life. I wasn't enjoying my kids. It was just the same everyday cycle with nothing about me. Not one single thing was about me. It was about serving them and getting them to school and getting the laundry done and their husband coming home from dinner and then, him going off to a fire call unexpectedly. Like, we live life on everyone else's schedule but mine, where I'm just pouring out all the time. And I just thought, like, this is it. This is what, like, all mothers are like. We're all just like these unhappy mopes. We have, nothing else inside this house. So when I came to this opportunity, I got on a call just like you guys are on with Chalene. And it was like another person had a match to the gas and I had this little bit of fire. And all of a sudden it was just like something inside of me said, trust them and just try it. And who cares? Like, you can always quit. right? Like if it doesn't go as planned, I can always quit, just like I did the last time I tried to do a business at home. I just quit it because it wasn't for me. But to be in on all honesty, like I just wasn't passionate about skin cream. Like that's just all it came down to. It wasn't a passion for me at all. So, you know, I didn't really care if you put it on your face or not. And in fact, I didn't really care if I put it on mine or not. So it really led to a dead end, and I was really holding back on this opportunity. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go all in. And since that day, I will tell you, my life has forever changed. What happened is I believed that I was finally enough. I stopped trying to be everything else. I stopped trying to compare myself to other moms or whoever I saw along on this journey. And I just decided to be me. I decided to show up. And if you guys follow me, you know, like I don't wear makeup. I just show up as I am in all of my glory, and I am okay with it. And I would have never, ever gotten to that space without the people that are inviting you to this opportunity today. They have really just made me live again in my own life and taught me that it's okay to have dreams and goals. Guys, I never had dreams and goals. Like that was it. I had kids, which I didn't even want in the plans of my life. So then I have these kids and it's like, oh, this is it. Like my path was chosen for me because I didn't know what to do. I was always this black sheep of my family. I had tried so many things and I had never been good at anything. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm good at this. And I'm good at this. And these people are going to help me. And these people are going to train me. And these people are going to hold me up when I fall. Like, what more could you ask for in life? And I will say this over and over again, like these people believe in me more than my own parents do. And that has been the biggest game changer, is people that believe in me and people that want me to personally develop and not give up. And it's just been crazy. Like I've now retired from, I'll say retired because I'm never going back, from daycare. I used to have 2 kids a week plus my 3, and I was bringing in an income of $350 a week. And now I've surpassed that. Like I have more money now. I have more time with my kids now than ever. And I have the ability to work my business around those things that are important to me. And that has been super important in keeping such a good lifestyle at home and keeping everything together at home, but also being able to really help people in life. I've always known I wanted to help people. I just didn't know how. So this has been that tool for me to really launch my life. And I feel like at age, I'm going to be turning 35 in January, and every birthday that's passed before this, I've been like, well, thank God I had the kids or something, because I can say I did that. Checking off the list where, you know, it's like these people get all these things done. And I just want you to know it's never too late. It's never too late to change something you want in your life and go for those big goals. So at age 35, I am going to be like, I rocked my last year. I did all the things I wanted to do and I hit all my goals. So, I mean, this is the place to get these kind of things in life if that's what you guys are looking for.
I love that. Honestly, like I'm sitting over here and I'm like nodding. So Kaylee and I met through coaching. And like, we're so similar. It's insane. And you will find I have never been able to make friends. Once I became a coach, once I became a mom, I really didn't feel like I could make friends. Like I didn't love play dates. I didn't love going to like play groups. I was very similar. I was very isolated. I was at home. It was just me, myself, and 3 kids. And it was like the same thing every single day. And so I really found myself in this place of like, well, what do I do now? Like my goal was to get married and have kids. That was my goal. Did it. Now what? And I was just sitting there and it was kind of like, I know I'm made for more. Like, I know that I am made for more, and I know that I have so much more to give. But at the time, I couldn't see it because I was so burnt out. I was so insanely burnt out of just doing the same thing over and over again. I was lonely. I was watching the same ridiculous soap operas during the day, reruns of talk shows. It was like, honestly, it was just a really, really bad reality TV show. It was the life that I was living during the day when no one else was watching me. And it was lonely. And then all of a sudden, I turned into becoming a coach and I started making friends. And I started seeing what community actually is. And I started seeing that it was okay to ask for help. And I started seeing that I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only one feeling this way. And that's when things started to change for me. My journey, like I said, started from a place of being very lonely on the couch and very unhappy with my body. I mean, no one likes to tell you how much your body's going to change having children. I don't know why. This is like not a thing that people ever talk about. And then it happens and you're like, okay, I must be the only woman who goes through this transformation because everyone else bounces back and you're like totally fine. And there's this like idea that you need to bounce back quickly. And when I wasn't bouncing back, I thought something was wrong with me. And so I was searching constantly. I was searching for a way to fix it. I was searching for the quick fixes. I was searching for like plastic surgery, diet pills, literally you name it. I had thought of it and I had explored the option. And so I came across someone doing at-home workouts and I thought the gym wasn't working for me. I know something has to change because I'm so ridiculously lonely at home. I'm not happy with where I'm at. I have zero energy. My confidence had like just plummeted and I knew something had to change and I wasn't getting to the gym. My 4 Zumba workouts a month were definitely not going to get me there. And so I needed something. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to give these at-home workouts a try. I'm going to see what this is all about. I like tiptoed in with 21 Day Fix. I was not a boss like Kaylee at all. For 8 months, I could have been 8 rounds, but I literally failed every single month at 21 Day Fix. And I never actually completed the program for 8 months. I sat on it and I did not complete the program. I was like an every other day or every third day kind of person who would work out. Then my husband suffered a concussion. And when my husband got his concussion at work, that's really when things changed for me. That's when he needed more help than ever before. And I wasn't prepared for it. It's something obviously that just, we didn't expect it at all. And our life got completely flipped upside down. He was unable to work. He was unable to drive for a year. So he was someone who was going to the gym every single day. He couldn't get to the gym anymore. And he found himself in a really deep depression. And if anyone has dealt with any family members that have been through depression or anxiety or any other like mental illness, you know how hard that is on the entire family. It affects the entire household. And I just knew that even for his own mental health, but for the mental health of our children and for our children to get their dad back, that I needed to do something and I needed to help him in some way. I just didn't know what that was. And one morning it was, I remember it had been about 5 days of me trying to make him smile. That was my goal. Like literally every single day, my goal was just to make him smile. And it had been 5 days and he hadn't smiled in 5 days. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm afraid to leave him alone right now because I don't know what's going to happen if I leave this house. And I said, why don't you come work out with me? And he looked at me and he's like, I can't do that. And I said, well, it's the one thing that I know brings you joy. I know you love the stress release. I know it's going to get your endorphins pumping. I know that even if it's just for 3 or 4 minutes, you're going to feel good about yourself. And so he finally said, sure, fine, I'll try your girly workouts, whatever. And he jumped in with a workout with me. And it was literally about, I think he was like 7 minutes. And then he was like, I just can't physically do anything anymore because of his concussion symptoms were starting to come back. So he stopped. And then, of course, he had doctor's approval to be able to go back to activity. But every single day, he just kept coming back. And we were doing 80-day obsession. It was like the hardest program of life. But every single day, he kept coming back and working out with me. And every single day, he was working out longer. And he was feeling better. And he started to smile again. If only for that small window, it was better than nothing before. And I started to see him slowly climbing out of this depression. And I started to see that I was more accountable on my journey because now it was about more than just me. Now it was about somebody else. I had tried for 8 months to do this thing on my own and I couldn't do it. And now I have someone relying on me. And all of a sudden I'm showing up like a boss. I'm like, let's do this. We've got alarms on my phone on what we're supposed to eat, the containers we're supposed to have. And like, I was like all in on this because I knew somebody else's life depended on it. It was after after 80-day obsession, my coach had been asking me for months to be a coach and I refused. I said, no, no, no. I have tried network marketing in the past and it is not for me. I am out. Like, don't even ask me again. She didn't quit though. She didn't give up on me. She knew, she saw something in me that I just couldn't see yet. I didn't have the belief that I could try one more business one more time. You guys, I think this is like my 8th business that I tried as like a side hustle to what I was doing for my corporate job. And every single one of those had failed flat on their face. I did not want to show up and tell my friends and family that I was doing another business adventure. I did not want to even be honest with my husband to be like, this is what I want to do. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. I literally was like addicted to watching my coach. I was like all in with our challenge group that she was running and helping other people get healthy. I was like, literally couldn't turn it off. And I finally just said to Jerry, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I have to try. And if at the end of the day it doesn't work, what do I have to lose? I get healthier, I get more fit, I get to help other people do the exact same thing. Maybe we'll make some income along the way, maybe we won't, I don't know. But I mean, if that's all I have to lose, I'm in. And so I decided to go all in, and that's where things changed for me personally on my journey. And I always want to highlight that because I think oftentimes you might be sitting here going, well, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not at my goal weight. I can't even complete a program. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be anything specific. There is no checklist of things that you need to check off in order to be a coach. You just have to be willing to show up as you are. And you have to be willing to go all in on your own journey. And that's it. And for me, I just became so much more accountable to my own journey when I started helping other people because I saw what it meant to them. I saw that I had other people depending on me. And that for me is what has brought me so much passion and so much joy and so many great connections and friendships that I just legit never would have had if I didn't have coaching. I'd still be sitting there watching who knows what talk shows even on TV right now and how they even look through this whole pandemic. I have no idea. But I literally would still be sitting on the couch, like scrolling through and watching everyone else live the life that I wanted to live. And I just decided that I had enough. I was drawing my line in the sand and I was going to start living the life that I was watching other people live. I was tired of sitting on the sidelines, like so exhausted from just watching everyone else live a really great life on social media. Meanwhile, I was sitting there going, well, why not me? And why not you? Why not you? You totally can do what we do. We have all the systems and training in place to be able to help you understand what it is that you need to do as a coach. But first and foremost, it's taking care of you and then inviting other people to come with you along the way. And that basically, like in a nutshell, that's what we do. I think oftentimes we just kind of overcomplicate the whole process and all that it is. But at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. And it's just been such a beautiful mesh into where I was at in my life, feeling like really, really low just as a mom, with where our family was at and being able to just like, I feel like we just like rose from the ashes. Like, honestly, I really feel like it gave us that breath of fresh air that we were like craving. Like we were just waiting to come up from the water and like take that big breath of fresh air. And this was it for us. This was providing everything that we felt like we were really missing. I started showing up way more confidently in my marriage. I started showing up way more confidently as a mom. I started feeling like I was like, I don't know, you look at yourself differently in the mirror. You speak to yourself differently. That negative voice in your head starts to quiet down quite a bit as you get super accountable. So that's kind of like my journey and where I've got to, and a little bit about like the coaching, what you can expect. I think one of the biggest things for me, and like maybe Kaylee, you can speak to this, is being a salesperson, I think oftentimes people feel like they need to be a salesperson. They're like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to do this. You know, how do you feel when you speak to people, or how do you talk to people about joining your community?
Yeah, I never really have, since day one, have felt like I'm trying to sell anything to anybody. I'm taking it from the perspective, like, if I would ask you to come party with me or come to my house for dinner, I am going to ask you to do this too. 100%, because it's like, we do all these things together. Some of these, like, people, you have gone through like trips with, and all these different things on life, and you live so unhealthy. Like, what's so shameful about asking people to do something healthy with you? I mean, we can ask them to do a million things and spend money in a million different ways that won't pay off like this does. So from day one, I took it as a perspective as like, I really just want everyone to join me and do what I'm doing, but on their own terms, and just being flexible with that. I invite people because I truly believe this is like the Mac Daddy of your health and wellness, for what you pay for it, for where you can do it, for where you can take it, and for the products. This is everything in one bundle, and I don't feel like I'm ripping anybody off. I know what they're getting for their money is like so much value. And I know that being part of our community is going to bring them that much more value. I literally had someone tell me today that they were paying a personal trainer $400 a month. And now they've switched to Beachbody, and they're like, I just love it better. Like, is that? And I'm like, it's okay. There's no shame in that, because there's something for everybody. But I would have never known that she was spending all this money if I didn't invite her. So I literally saved her money. Like, I've saved her money. And, when you start doing this and get these messages of people like with their results, and literally people you're not even like, they're not even signed up with you, but you talk to them and they're part of the journey, and they're literally telling you, you've saved my life because you keep showing up. For some reason, it's like, I have it in my head that if you don't show up this morning, I can just like lay in bed all day, and there you are. Like, and there you are every day. So once you realize like this is so much bigger than a challenge pack for $186 a month, like a year, like it's so much bigger than that. And just knowing that like you are going to change people's lives and help people, there is no price on that. Like, you pay now or you pay later with your wellness and with your health. Like, if you're not making it a priority, you will be forced to. So for me, I just, I don't scream at Walmart because they have a sales bin. I just choose what's right for me and keep going. So, always just putting your personal journey first. And of course, you want your best friends to do it with you. I want everyone to do it with me. It's wonderful.
I love that. And you touched on some great points that I know you guys will have questions about too, on how much is this? Like, what is it going to cost me to be a coach? The thing that I love about this business compared to any other business that both of us have tried in the past, we don't have to stock any product. We don't have to ship anything out. We don't have to worry about returns. We don't have to do any of that. We merely are a guide helping people on their own journey, and we're people's biggest cheerleader. So in terms of cost and what it costs, there is a monthly fee every month, $15 US or $19 and change Canadian. And that is going to get you access to an incredible customer service that does all of that for us. They deal with the returns, they process all the payments, they have everything online for us, so we don't have to manage that or have our own websites in order to run a business. You're also going to get a 25% discount with that fee, and that discount, consider it like a Costco membership, essentially, where you're getting a discount on products and you're paying a monthly fee in order to be a part of the club. But on top of that, you're also getting a coach office. And the thing that I love about the coach office, I mean, the discount in itself literally pays for the fee, but on top of that, it's a really minimal investment into your business in order to get access to our online office that is really your management system. You have all of your clients that are in the coach office. You have all of your coaches who are there. It is a very intricate and it's just very detailed office that is available to you to be able to run whatever type of business you want to run. If you want this to just be something that is like a hobby for you and you just want to help a couple people every month, fantastic. If you are sitting here and you're like, no, I want to quit my full-time job, like I was, I was one of the coaches who was like, I'm going all in. Tell me what I need to do because I want to quit my job. And I did that after 9 months of being a coach, completely said, peace out, corporate world. I am done with you. And here we are, full-time coaching. For me, that was the ultimate goal. That doesn't have to be your goal, but know that regardless of the type of coach that you want to be, that's the fee every single month. On top of that, you just have to get started on your own journey. So you're making an investment into your own health and wellness. And with that, you can be a coach. So you get access to all of the programs, you get a month's supply of some of the product, and there's other options, of course, but the basic option is $186 for you to get started. And if you already have all of that and you're already a part of a challenge group, then it might be $0 for you. You can ask the person who invited you to check that out and see what the initial cost would be for you. But if you're already in a challenge group and you purchased a challenge pack, you might not even have anything for your first month of coaching to become a coach. So good news there. On top of that, I think the most common question is really just, how do I earn? And what does that look like? And so earning, there are 2 ways that you're going to earn in this business. The first way is just helping other people buy their own challenge pack. You will earn a retail commission off of that. So commissions go anywhere from 25 to 40%. There's a pretty wide range, but you're earning that commission off helping other people invest into their own health and wellness. Then the second side of it is you're going to get paid a bonus from Beachbody for having other coaches do the exact same thing you're doing. So you're going to build a team and you're going to have other coaches on your team and they're going to help other people. And you're going to get paid a bonus from Beachbody just for having coaches duplicate the efforts that you're putting into your business as well. So those are really the 2 simplest form ways that you earn. It does get a little more complicated than that, but it's always great that there's so many options to be able to earn bonuses along the way as you go through the business. And last but not least, I really just want to touch on the fact that I think outside of people saying that you are not where you're at on your journey, that is probably the number 1 reason why people say no to coaching. I really want you to consider what it would be like to take someone on that journey and what it would be like for you to be able to inspire people to watch you get to your goal. Not once you've gotten there and then turn around and be like, hey, look at me, this is what I did. No, showing them what it's like in the trenches of getting there, because there's valleys, there's peaks and there's valleys on your own personal journey. And if you can show up and share that with people who are watching you on social media, that's the beauty of it. And that's where it gets real. That's where connection happens. Like that's where people really begin to trust you. And the social media side of things is probably the second scariest thing for people to be like, oh, I'm not a social media expert. How do I do that? We'll train you. We have all the training available to you guys, and you're just going to learn as you go. Like, we're going to make mistakes in everything we do in life. But like Kaylee said, when you make a mistake in this business, which I don't even like calling it a mistake because there are no mistakes, but when you do something that you're like, oh, that wasn't my best effort, or oh, that wasn't really how I wanted it to go, and you feel like you're failing, you have an entire community of people who are right there to pick you up, who are right there to say like, you know what, you're in your head too much. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It's awesome. Let's go. Like next level. Okay, great. What was the thing that we learned from this? Perfect. Let's move on. Let's continue to grow. And we are constantly seeking growth. We are constantly seeking that next level of what that is for personal development, for business development. And I think that that for me was something that I was just really craving. I really was craving that, and I didn't even realize that I was. So outside of the fears of like, you're not where you want to be and you're not a social media expert, don't even worry about those. Those are 2 things that honestly don't even need to be a concern. I know that they're fears because they were my fears. And I was like, I can't even follow a 21-day program. How on earth am I supposed to coach somebody to do this? That's when it happens though. That's the magic of it. That's when you decide, okay, I have to show up now. Like if you are not accountable on your journey, trust me, coaching will get you there. So outside of that, I just want to say thank you guys. We are coming up to the 30-minute mark, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. But if you guys have more questions on anything that we spoke to today, I really just encourage you to ask the questions to the person that sent you this video or invited you to this call. And I am so excited to be able to see you guys in our new coach training. We have a new coach training that starts every single month, and you get plugged right into that so that we can teach you about all of the things that we talked about today. And we all started right where you're at right now. You all have to start somewhere. So don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle, because your beginning, we were there too. And I know that the comparison game can be strong, but just think of it as we've paved the path. Look at where Kaylee is. Look at where Patricia is. Look at where the person who invited you to this is. Look at where they are at right now. And know that you can achieve that too. Their success is your success. Their success means it's possible. And it's totally possible if you are just willing to put in the work and you're willing to really invest some time into this business for yourself and for your family and whatever goals you might have. So thank you guys so much. I am so excited to see you guys in the coach training, because I know that we're going to see you guys in there. So I'm pumped for it, and I hope you guys have the best day. Bye, guys.